What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Hop Butcher for the World, and they're out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is their Cosmic Mountain. So they're calling this one a Citra, Waimea and Mosaic Hop Triple IPA. Comes in at 10.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is just over 2 months old. I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to Hop Butcher for this beer. So big thanks to them. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail video I did that contains all the goodies they hooked me up with. And they hooked me up with 5 more beers. This is the first of the 5 that I'll be reviewing. And I'm super excited about this one. Why? Because I've had the Double IPA version of this called a Cosmic Fountain. And it's behind me over here on the pretentious wall of bottles and cans, and it was delicious. I love the artwork, which is the reason it's behind me. So this is a big Triple IPA version of that beer. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to a good friend of mine and fellow beer tuber, Kyle, over at No Hype Beer Reviews. He always says, if I was a better beer tuber, and I'm going to use that here because if I was a better beer tuber, I would have went and looked at the review of that beer, so I kind of had an idea of, you know, what to expect, but not even what to expect, just for comparison's sake. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in general with my channel. It's terrible. You shouldn't be watching it. So I didn't check out my review, but I did look at my Untapped check-in, and I said, as simplistic as can be, which is basically my reviews in general, this beer, that beer, not this beer, that beer, was like orange juice in beer form. That's what I said about it. It's orange juice in beer form. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm going to crack this one open, get it into the glass, and hope that it's delicious, right? That's what we're here for. So give it a pour here. See what we got going on. Generating a decent sized head here. I'm not even pouring it all that aggressively. So, you know, some of these Hop Butcher beers lately have kind of, you know, been foaming up on me a little bit. So kind of concerning. And they've been kept cold the entire time. So as you can see, this one has like a 3.5 finger of this really light tan. It's definitely like a light tan colored head. Super creamy looking. The base of the beer itself is that honey orange color, very murky and turbid, typical for a Hop Butcher beer or even like an other half beer. It doesn't have that like really light milky sensation to the color of it, like some beers are nowadays where they're like really light. This is more of like the old school, like darker looking New England style IPA. Anyway, yeah, murky, turbid, can't see through it. Kind of looks like what you expect from a beer like this. Let's get a nose. Yeah, it's orange juice. And what I do get sometimes with a bit older beers, and it happens occasionally, again, this is just over 2 months old, and it has an orange marmalade kind of a vibe. So the orange coming from the hops has a juicy orange kind of sweetness to it, but then I'm starting to get marmalade from the malt, so it has like a nice, it's almost like orange marmalade on white bread, not toasted, because obviously this is the Triple IPA, so the malt character has just more of like a bready, kind of sweeter, kind of honey character, and then the orange on top of it. I'm getting a little bit of like orange marmalade. That's what I'm getting. After that, though, juicy, sweet, over-ripened, saturated stone fruits, peach, mango, almost candied-esque, melon, touch of berry, a little bit of like a dankness, a dank herbaceousness. By the way, I usually don't, you know, I'm one of the few beer tubers that really, I don't go apeshit over labels or artwork or whatnot. Some beer tubers will, and they'll talk about it in every single review, which is cool. I just don't unless it catches my eye. The reason why Cosmic Fountain is behind me is because it's fantastic, and I also like this one. So if this is pretty good, I might have to throw it up there as well, maybe right next to it, and have, you know, the siblings right next to one another. Yeah, this smells really good. As I just went back and let it open up, now like juicy, almost like pulpy orange juice. Yeah, it smells really good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again to Hop Butcher. That is fucking killer. Wow, that's really good. This is like, and I've said this before in other Hop Forward beer reviews, but it's rare. This tastes like this was actually brewed with real fruit. Like it has that intensity. Maybe I even said that in the fucking Cosmic Fountain review that I didn't go back and look because I'm terrible at what I do. But this has that like authentic, like fruit juice kind of quality to it. It's kind of crazy. It's like an orange juice mixed with like a grapefruit juice, like an orange grapefruit juice hybrid. Wow. All right, let's go body and mouthfeel real quick. I think this was lower side of full. I like it for 10.5%. Maybe some people would think it's thin, but I don't think so. I think this is appropriate. The mouthfeel, it's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. It's what Hop Butcher does. A little carbonation there lets you know it's a beer, but man, the fucking mouthfeel is dynamite on this. Wow, this is fucking really good. Holy shit. And this is, again, over 2 months old, and it's fucking drinking like this. Oh, I don't want to drink. One thing I do notice about Hop Butcher beers is older beers that are like 2+ months old, they do get like a cake sediment at the bottom there. So I don't like to pour it all in a lot of times, and I poured a little bit of the gunk in there, but not as much as I was about to. Yeah, that just bumped up the actual mouthfeel too. And actually, now the body's like medium full. Okay, anyway, the body, really nice. The mouthfeel, fantastic. The taste, it's orange juice and grapefruit juice. It's a mix at the front. You could just say citrus juice. And it's actual juice. Like it's, you know, people say, oh, that has a real juicy quality to it. Or it's really juicy and not sweet or whatever. This is straight on juice. Like that's what I get. It's orange and grapefruit juice mixed at the front. Passes through. Over-ripened, I would say more over-ripened than anything. There's any kind of stone fruit you want to mention. Peach, apricot, mango, nectarine, like something like that. If I had to say maybe a peach mango, something like that. And this is all sweeter, but not too sweet. So there's a mixing in of a little bit of like a honeydew melon, touch of pineapple, but it's sweeter. It's not quite candied, but it's like over-ripened fruit. So maybe somebody would say candied. I wouldn't necessarily say candied here because it doesn't have like, you know, an actual candied vibe like your you know, a pineapple lifesaver or you know, a Jolly Rancher or something like that. It doesn't have that. It's over-ripened. Halfway through the palate, there's this dank herbaceous kind of quality that hits me, kind of lingers on the palate. This finish is semi-dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. It does lean sweet at 10.5%. And I always say in triple IPAs, what I like to see is a beer that's not overly sweet and not overly boozy. This is not boozy in the least. A little bit of warming in the chest, nothing on the palate, hides the alcohol well. The sweetness, it's definitely lean sweeter, but this is not cloying, albeit definitely sweet. Like, I can't imagine, if you're not somebody who enjoys sweet, hop-forward beers, then you might not like this. But then again, it's a 10.5% triple IPA. If you're going to buy it, you probably anticipate it's going to be sweet. But this is not cloying. It's not overly sweet. As you can see, I'm drinking this and I'm going to pound the rest of this off camera. This is fucking dynamite. This is so Hop Butcher is one of those breweries that, you know, they send me beer. I review it. I'm always honest. Some of their beers fall flat. I've had a handful that I just didn't like. Some of them are amazing, and a lot of them are just really good. This is top tier for triple IPA from they sent for me. If you ask me what are my least favorite styles from Hop Butcher, triple IPA would be probably in the top 2. I think milkshake IPA would be up there as well because they make some really good like blazed orange milkshake. But then I've had a couple that are just like, not for me. But triple IPAs are hit or miss for me from them. And this fucking beer, this beer right here, this beer hits. So Cosmic Mountain from Hop Butcher, kind of blowing the beer at this point. And, you know, sometimes you have to do that. So high 4.5 out of 5, or 4.6 out of 5. I know I didn't give Cosmic Fountain that. I think on tap they gave it like a 4.25, maybe a 4.3 tops. This is better than that beer. Why? It's 3% higher in ABV, and it's more complex, obviously, as I said about that one. It's orange juice in beer form. I don't know what I actually said in the review, but this has a lot of complexity to it. It's really tasty, and let me do the tasting notes before I forget. I almost forgot. Tasting notes. Juicy orange. Yes, I said orange juice and grapefruit juice all day long. Ripe mango. I said over-ripened stone fruit, so you could say mango, peach, apricot, nectarine, whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely there with them. And they say candied pineapple. I could see it. I didn't personally get candied pineapple, but I could see it because I did say this beer isn't necessarily candied. It's more of a like a sweet over-ripened fruit. But if you got candied pineapple, kudos to you because then you nailed these tasting notes. But yeah, I got basically 2 out of 3, and the third one, I'll let it slide. Price point availability, I think in the Chicagoland area, these are like $19 a 4-pack. If you see this in distro, probably 22 to 24. I would easily pay upwards of $6 a can for that because that is one of the best triple IPAs I've had from Hop Butcher. And I'm not bullshitting you there. Definitely up there as one of my favorite triple IPAs. And availability, it's Hop Butcher. You're going to see me say this and a lot of them going forward, but like, I don't really know anymore. I started doing price point availability because some people ask, like, you know, what'd you pay for that? Now, where did you get that? Do you know the availability? Do you know where you can find them? With Hop Butcher, they're opening up their new brewery, hopefully by the end of the year. They might get better distribution. I know here in the Buffalo, New York area, we do get drops of their stuff about once per month. We usually get 2 beers. Every 4 to 6 weeks, we get 2 beers from them. And maybe it's the same for you in your neck of the woods. I know they get distro out overseas in Europe. They can buy them off of different like European websites and whatnot. I know there's been people in the Pacific Northwest that can buy their stuff, people in the South. So Hop Butcher gets a very weird distribution. But if you're in and around the Midwest, you should be able to grab their stuff at some point. And I would highly recommend picking this up. By the time you see this, the can's probably gonna be like 2.5 months old. I'd still fucking grab this because this is just over 2 months old. It's fucking dynamite. So huge thanks to Hop Butcher for this beer. Post in the description box if you've had this one before or if you had Cosmic Fountain. I think they're both delicious. I would definitely want this one, but I like the artwork on that one better. Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer Patrol. Once again, thanks to Hop Butcher for this beer. To the next one. Cheers.